not. The Prime Minister has made a concerted outreach towards Tamil Nadu, including visits to several temples, reciting Tamil verses at the United Nations and even during the budget sessions of the Parliament, and inaugurating the Kashi Tamil Sangamam in his constituency of Varanasi. Tamil Nadu, however, is the stronghold of the DMK, which bagged 24 out of the 39 Lok Sabha seats in the state back in 2019. Will the BJP finally make the sort of inroads it is hoping to make in Tamil Nadu, and will that perhaps lead to the Bharatiya Janata Party's book opening up in the south of India? We take this conversation forward. I have with me Vineet Goenka, political analyst, C. Rajachandra, president of Voice of Tamil Nadu, also with us, Lakshmi Ramachandran, Congress spokesperson with us, and Rajlakshmi Joshi, political analyst, with us on the broadcast as well.
I think Tamil Nadu has been an important subject, not only to this government, but all the governments. And thankfully, Modi ji has brought Tamil Nadu in the center stage. Earlier Congress regime tried to separate the country or divide the country into two parts, the northerns and the southerns. Whereas we have seen that Modi ji had its summit meeting with the Premier of China in the southern state of Tamil Nadu. And over the period, we have seen that in the budget session, it was Nirmala ji who also recited poems from the Tamil background. So it has been proved that the link between Tamil Nadu and the rest of the country has been re-established, been strengthened by the current government.
Tamil Nadu has always rejected the Hindi Hindutva politics of Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi as a brand doesn't work here. So votes are going to come to our alliance because our alliance is seen as a non-Hindi Hindutva alliance standing for the rights of our states.
No, what about Sanatan Dharma?
That it is
saying Sanatan Dharma is
Hindutva is Sanatan Dharma in Tamil Nadu.
But when we say anti-Hindi, are you then not creating a divide in the minds of the people? That anybody from the north who speaks Hindi is your enemy. You yourself said, ma'am, brand Modi is brand Hindi, brand Hindutva. You use the word Hindi.
Important to us, madam. Are you anti-Tamil? Why is BJP anti-Tamil? Why are you doing tokenism? Why are you denying us our rights?
What are your rights that are being denied? Are you saying that I, as a Hindi-speaking person, is an enemy of the person from Tamil Nadu?
I think you're twisting our words. You're twisting our words, and you are portraying yourself as anti-Tamil. Are you anti-Tamil? Are you anti-Tamil?
Very interesting, ma'am. Question this entire these words that are used: anti-Hindi, anti-Hindutva. So I become anti-Tamil. Very interesting narrative there being spun by the Congress party there in Tamil Nadu. Rajlakshmi Joshi, I want to bring you to the conversation. Rajlakshmi Joshi, Vineet, I'll come to you in just a moment. Rajlakshmi Joshi, are we then heading back to politics that will be basis on a north-south divide? Do the other political parties not have a developmental agenda for the state that they have to keep resorting to a north-south divide?
Ms. Lakshmi, my name is Rajlakshmi. You're getting confused.
One second.
My name is Rajlakshmi. So she has asked me to respond to something.
Yes, Rajlakshmi Joshi, I want to understand from you. When was the last time you heard Mr. M.K. Stalin's son talk about how India is actually one country and how we should all love each other, understand each other's cultures and respect and move away from the north-south divide?
When is our blood?
There is a huge confusion, I think, in the minds of the Congress spokesperson. Her name is Lakshmi. My name is Rajlakshmi. She's getting confused every time you call Rajlakshmi. Ms. Lakshmi, please allow me to speak. We have listened to you. We have quietly listened to you. Please allow me to speak. You can rebut later. Devika, you know, the thing is that this thing about the north and south and this thing about the language has always been the card of the DMK. And, now the Congress being, of course, they're being in alliance with the DMK, they also have to take that line. See, now there is this concerted effort by the DMK. If you look at it, just see how Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin, he spoke about, eradicating Sanatan Dharma. And then, the same party, they are actually, they were fighting for the release of the accused in the Coimbatore blast, not the accused, sorry, the convicts of the Coimbatore blast. So just imagine that these people, this was a very blatant case of minority appeasement. So what was the need for these people? And just imagine that one of the persons of the convicts who was there in the Coimbatore blast, he 24 years later also, he was involved in another, the son of this one of the convicts, he was involved in another blast 24 years later. So just imagine that this thing, it only means that this is a very dangerous trend. And these people, the Supreme Court had advised against the release of these convicts, and yet the DMK government was completely for, and they got the convicts released. So that is such a huge risk that they were putting on the security of the nation. And it was at this cost of the security that they wanted to do this minority appeasement, because these people were from the minority religion. So this, just imagine that this is the kind of a secularism that these people are following. So this is this thing where they always look at how to divide people on the basis of religion, on the basis of north and south, on the basis of language, because then it becomes easier to pander to one particular section of people. Then it's easier for them to say that, hello, we are with you. Just imagine that these people who keep talking about north and south, that these southern parties, the DMK has always been in alliance with the Congress. They were there from 2004 to 2014, and they were happily in all these corruption cases, huge cases of corruption. So they were there very happily in power, along with these so-called Hindu belt states. The people from the Congress, they were there along with them in power, and they were happily enjoying the fruits of power.
Yes.
They were deep into corruption. So at that time, they did not remember that this is something different, that we should not be joining hands with the people from the
Yes.
Hindi belt. At that time, they forgot about it, because at that time they wanted to enjoy power. So this thing about where they're talking about rights, they're talking about our Tamil rights, where did all this so-called sensitivity for the Tamil rights go across all these years when they were themselves in power? They are still in power. And who is going to give them these rights if not all these people who have been in power? These are the very people who have been in power. So who are they asking for power from? Who are they asking for the rights from? These are the very people who could have actually done
Okay.
whatever it is for all these people. So it only shows the hypocrisy. It shows the intellectual bankruptcy when they keep talking about the Hindi and Hindu heartland, and then they talk about how the voters in the south are actually intelligent, the voters in the north are not so much intelligent. I mean, this is something that is a very dangerous trend that the people are taking. And I think that is
no, it
sad.
seems that we're going back to that sort of a trend, and I want to understand why.
Devika ji, I think the Congress spokesperson, Ms. Lakshmi, is trying to play the same cassette, which they have been doing this for decades. The Congress was formed by the colonial master Britishers, not by an Indian. Two, they continued this divide and rule policy, and we were divided as India and Pakistan. That is the creation of Congress. So let that be clear. Then they divided us between Hindus and Sikhs after the 1984 incidents. And then later on, they divided Tamils into Indian Tamils and Sri Lankan Tamils. They have never recognized the strength of Senghor. They always admitted that it was a stick which was given to Nehruji, whereas the power of the Senghor and the spirituality around it was denied by them. This is the reason you hate Hindus so much. What is the reason you don't like Hindus? Is there any specific reason you don't like Hindus?
Okay,
Just because
Lakshmi
Modi ji is trying to-
Ramachandran.
No, I am supposed to be on the show only until 6:30. I am.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm not the one who's brought up the Hindutva narrative, unfortunately. You did. I was hoping to not talk about it at all. I would have been very happy to not discuss it at all,
Scared of.
to
What
be
are-
very fair.
Why is it that no political party of any credibility is willing to join their alliance? Why is there a person sitting in their office?
Not, ma'am, on the wrong foot. If you are anti-Hindu, Congress is anti-Hindu.
Lakshmi Ramachandran, somebody wanting to join an alliance or not is a prerogative of the political parties. It's a larger political play. It's a larger political game at play. That's a prerogative of a political party, whether they want to be in an alliance with someone or not. It's not as though the NDA doesn't exist. Just as there are political parties in the INDIA, there are other political parties in the NDA as well.
Are you the BJP spokesperson? Are you the anchor or the BJP spokesperson?
No, you tell me, ma'am. First, as per you, I was anti-Tamil also.
Because you are speaking for them.
How am I speaking for them? I'm giving you a logical rebuttal, which is a part of my job. Which is a part of my job. And I wish we could, for once, have a better conversation about the South. But always it becomes about this anti-Hindu, anti-Hindutva, all of that nonsense and garbage that people are tired of, but you politicians will never be tired of it.
They have cheated their Tamils. They have taken our tax money and they are not giving it back to us. They are using it somewhere else.
Let me give you the economics, ma'am. Then you have not read. Economics is my subject. Let me tell you then, Ms. Lakshmi.
Okay.
Please tell me
All
how
right.
much money was allocated to Tamil Nadu in the last 2020 years, ma'am. Please tell me each year-wise years.
I have to
You are
say.
aware of this? The money allocated to Tamil Nadu, ma'am. Please tell me what is the amount.
There are chances of BJP making inroads, but it is too early. If there is a three-way contest, definitely there are chances.
On that note, I'm going to slip into a very short break, but I do thank all of our analysts and party spokespersons for joining us to take this conversation forward.